What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wednesday night Q&A Hangout. I wanted to push it back one night just because Monday Night Football makes things a little bit more difficult on Tuesdays. But then there was a bunch of stuff going on around the country last night that I just didn't really want to have to, just deal with. I didn't want to have to deal with it. Wanted to let people kind of focus on that. And obviously we know the results and all that good stuff today. The only thing I would mention from an election standpoint is sports betting is now legal in Missouri, and that is fitting for me because I live in Missouri and I've been kind of waiting for that. So that's kind of exciting, and will open up some new opportunities, I think, for the channel too. So I was keeping my eyes on that, to say the least. Can I time you out? I mean, maybe. What's up, Brenda? Chaff, Brand. What's up, everybody? Yeah, the Chiefs take on the Broncos this Sunday, noon game. I am supposed to be going to that game. We will see. At this point in time, I'm unsure. My wife, Danny, has been sick. She's been dealing with an illness for like a week, and she was supposed to be the one to go with me to the game. So we shall see what's going on, and I will definitely keep you guys in the loop. But the plan has been to go. We'll see as time gets a little bit closer here. But yeah, Chiefs play the Broncos Sunday, and it is a game where, like, if you look at predictions and stuff, like most people, of course, are picking the Chiefs to win this game. On paper, they probably should win this game. You know, the Broncos, they're not great. Their defense is pretty great. Third best scoring defense. They are sixth in yards allowed per game, second in yards per play allowed. They're the eighth best red zone defense as well. Against the run, if you look at rushing yards per game, they're ninth. Passing yards per game, they are 15th. So the Broncos are a great defense, man. And something else to note about the Broncos, they have the third most sack percentage rather in the NFL, and I think they have their second or first in sacks, and then top three in pressures. So if you want to look at a team that's going to give you a headache, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, specifically from like a left tackle perspective, the Broncos are going to be a headache. And then like Bo Nix, he's fine. He's a rookie. He's growing. He's learning. He's doing better. Like, he's arguably the second best rookie this year right now outside of Jaden Daniels. But like, if you look at the Broncos offense, they're not great. Okay, they're 23rd scoring, averaging only 20.3 points per game, 27th on third down. They're 21st in the red zone. One thing about Bo Nix, though, that's like, he seems to be doing better. So like, some of these stats are inflated from earlier on, and he's doing a little bit better. He's a mobile guy, scrambles basically as much as anybody. He has the second most, I think, scrambles, only behind Lamar Jackson. And he can use his legs. He's effective. He's only getting better as a passer. I'm not extremely terrified per se of the Broncos, but I do have like a healthy respect of Sean Payton and everything that he's been doing over there. And they're a divisional opponent. So these games get weird. You know, when you're playing a team that you should definitely beat. The Chiefs lost to the Broncos once last year. Now, Mahomes was sick with the flu. He was playing like horse crap because he felt like horse crap. But yeah, this is a team you can't sleep on. They're 5-4. I think, are they third in the division? Because the Chargers are second. Yeah, the Chargers are second at 5-3. The Broncos are 5-4. Yeah, I don't have like official like score prediction or an in-depth like analysis of the Broncos right now. I'm going to watch through a couple of their games this week before Friday. And then obviously we play them Sunday. If I don't go to the game, I will stream it and do the normal stuff. So I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop, because if I go, obviously that won't happen. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Broncos, how you're feeling about potentially playing them, or about playing them and potentially beating them if the Chiefs can remain undefeated. Let me know your thoughts on that, because that's kind of the question of the theme of the stream rather. Can the Chiefs remain undefeated against the Denver Broncos? And I think I have some super chats and stuff I want to get to. Double check that. It wasn't popping up on this screen over here, but I see it now. Rob with the 10 Cole, you the man. Hashtag Justin Tucker. Can't wait to get some dogs back. Yeah, Charles, Pop, Hollywood. Hopefully all three of those guys are back. Well, Pop, so Isaiah Pacheco. I'll just move to this angle real quick. Isaiah Pacheco should be back by the end of the month, and Charles Omenihu. In fact, we might see one of them return here soon with their 21-day window to return open up. So you'll see their practice window open. Doesn't mean they'll be in a game here soon, but I think that's going to come sooner rather than later. So let's go, man. I appreciate that. James with the 5. What? You talking smack about my team? Oh, wait, those were all facts. My bad. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think I really even said anything disrespectful. Great defense, an offense still finding their identity, but I mean, Bo Nix is getting better. He's a mobile guy. He's taken a lot of deep shots down the field and has been successful from time to time, more times than Patrick Mahomes has down the field, that's for sure. So yeah, I mean, healthy respect for him for sure. I think the Chiefs should win it, but dude, you can't mess around. Don't come in here and throw 2 picks. Don't have a fumble. You know, you have to play a clean game against the Broncos for sure. They will make you pay for it. And their defense, man, that's the biggest thing for me. They get home with 4, basically more than anybody else. Mahomes' ankle's kind of banged up. So the story of the game for me is, can Mahomes evade pressure, or can the O-line hold up? Or do you have a game plan with Mahomes' ankle? He's got an ankle sprain. Do you have some sort of a game plan in place where it's a lot more quick passes and he's getting things out on the first read, maybe the second read, like kind of Baker Mayfield last week against the Chiefs? He was getting the ball out within 1 to 2 seconds. I mean, it was fast. The Chiefs couldn't get a lot of pressure. I think Chris Jones led the team in pressures with 4. I mean, that just shows you like they were getting the ball out like super quick, you know? Jennifer, thanks for the gifted and the 5 gifted 3D printing. Said, do you think Bo Nix is good? I mean, I think he's a rookie quarterback still trying to figure it out. It's not like he has a ton of playmakers over there on offense either. They've got a couple guys. Sutton. I mean, Troy Franklin, he's still finding his own as a rookie. You've got Mims. They've got some guys. But, I mean, it's not like he came onto a team that was absolutely loaded, you know, as far as like a talent perspective goes on the offensive side of the ball. That's no disrespect to them by any means. But, yeah, I think Bo Nix is getting better every week. I troll more on Twitter than anything else. So if you see anything on Twitter, take what I say with like a grain of salt, because I just kind of mess around. I basically, not every time, but a lot of times I'll just put a tweet out and then just mute it. Like I don't even go back and check it because I'm just messing around. Twitter is not real. But speaking of Twitter, if you want a chance at winning a signed helmet, signed Carson Steele helmet, he addressed it to the HBTC community. All you got to do is go to my pinned tweet on Twitter, on X, and make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following Metabilia, and then retweet it. So I'm doing that little giveaway this week, which is fun. Antonio with the 10. I feel like we should keep the winning streak going, but also should heal the team ahead of the Bills and take the L. I would rather us lose now than when it matters in the playoffs. I mean, so like when you say get healthy, like bench the starters and stuff like that, or you're saying you would rather take an L, but every player escape healthy, than take a W and get more banged up, which I see where you're coming from. Hopefully they can just get a W and not get even more banged up. You know, hopefully you can get away with both. You can get the W and get out of there with very little injuries. How about those Chiefs? Let's go, Game Kid. Ryjax, what's up, dude? I'm wondering, how concerned are you with the Kareem Hunt injury and his appearance on the injury report as limited? Nah, I'm not actually worried at all. He's been limited almost every week in practice with the Chiefs since he re-signed with them this season. And I think that's the Chiefs' way of like a veteran rest day. I'm not concerned about it at all. He was on the injury report last week, was limited the first day. He was limited the first day of the week before that. And he's always gone up to a full participant every single week. If he stays limited or something, or regresses or trends downward from a limited to DNP, or stays limited all week, like then I'll be more concerned. But I'm not concerned at this point in time right now. Desi said, did you get your email? Yeah, I responded to you last live stream too. Yeah, I think I got everybody's emails just with Monday Night Football, short week. I'm a little behind on getting stuff shipped out, but I did get it. Yeah, I'll definitely get that taken care of this week. Yo, Elise said, I love my handled shirt. Oh, let's go. She got the handled shirt after the Chiefs beat the Raiders. I put out a new shirt called, it just said handled, for Mahomes saying it'll get handled when it gets handled after the whole Kermit the Frog puppet thing. Yeah, let's go. Glad you like it. Thanks for the support. Hannah with the 5. Cole, what's your email? I spoke to a friend who's an executive at Facebook. Oh, fire. To deal with the dude copying your content. Yeah, it's insane. They're copying every single one of my videos and they're just throwing them up on their Facebook page. Yeah, my email though is cole@hbtchiefs.com. cole@hbtchiefs.com. Boom. Yeah, I would love to talk to somebody because I'd love to get that account shut down, or I'd love to get them to stop playing every single one of my short form videos. I basically post one and they'll rip it and post it to their own. And some of them are getting hundreds of thousands of views. And, you know, like I understand some people reshare my stuff, but a lot of times they'll tag me or they'll credit me. They're not doing any of that. And I've asked them to stop. They blocked me. I've reported them like 15 times to Facebook, and Facebook has done basically nothing, which has been unfortunate. Do you think we should have traded for a left tackle before the deadline? What's up, Cupid? I mean, there's nobody. Not for what the Chiefs have in cap space. And I've said this a few different times. If you have a good tackle on your team, you're probably not getting rid of them, because you really need an incredible O-line to be a good football team. And if a team has a nice, above average, serviceable starter, they're not normally going to let go of those guys unless they're older. They're an aging vet, maybe on the last year of their deal, which just happened. I think it was Cam Robinson from the Jags. He just got traded to the Vikings, but the Vikings, like, they lost Christian Darrisaw for the season, torn ACL, torn MCL, and they didn't have a choice. They also had more cap space than the Chiefs, and they have a rookie quarterback that's their future in J.J. McCarthy on a rookie deal, right? The Chiefs just can't, dude. They couldn't, before the deadline, go and get a left tackle. There's nobody to go get. Not unless you're giving up multiple draft picks. I think their big swing for a left tackle was Orlando Brown Jr. And it worked for a couple of years, but did it really work in the end? I mean, I don't think so. They never offered him a deal. They let him walk into free agency, right? After they tagged him 1 year, I believe, and then they didn't tag him again. Yeah, the left tackle thing is hard. Andy Reid and everybody keeps repeating, we have 2 young tackles. They're both growing and only getting better. Okay, so that's it. You've got Wanye Morris and you've got Kingsley Sewell-Matia. They're right there. 1A, 1B for left tackle. I kind of wish you could combine both of their powers into one guy and you just take all the strengths there and roll with it, but that's just kind of where we're at this point in time. And Hannah, thanks again for the 5. But yeah, let me know about that Facebook person because I'd love to chat with them. Antonio back with another 10. Said, maybe if we get a good enough lead, we could have Carson Wentz take over at the half to have Mahomes heal that ankle. I guess I'm just worried that the injury bug that hits teams going for the 3P. I mean, I feel like the injury bug has kind of already hit the Chiefs, man. No Rashee Rice, no Hollywood Brown, no Isaiah Pacheco. That's 3 on offense. Sky Moore, IR. Jody Fortson, IR. Jared Wiley, IR. That's 6. I'm probably even missing something on offense. And then Amenahu's been out. We've known that, though. Jalen Watson, IR. Like, there's been a lot of people hit with injuries. You know, there's some blessings there. And let me clear up what I'm saying before you're like, what do you mean there's blessings in these injuries? Well, you bring in Kareem Hunt, and like he's been a really good bright spot for the offense. And without these injuries to the wide receiver room, you're not going to get DeAndre Hopkins. You would have already had Rice. You would have already had Hollywood. Like, you would have already had pieces. Maybe you wouldn't have needed him. Juju Smith-Schuster, he's injured too. He's not on IR, but yeah, you've been going through the injury bug like pretty bad as it is. Uh-oh. Am I frozen or am I good? I think I'm good. I froze on my screen, but I think I'm good. What is Troy in here? What's Troy doing? You took John Elway's over for this Sunday? John Elway. Oh, God. John Elway? That guy. Not that guy. Yvonne with the gifted. Let's go. Appreciate that. You're good live? Okay, bet. Thank you. Hey, since Troy's in here, everybody, you got to give a round of applause or some props to Troy because he's been helping run the Cole Breaks the Huddle channel. A lot of the researching, the scripting, the editing, like that. Cole Breaks the Huddle, that's not a channel without Troy. He's basically the executive producer of that channel. Joanne said prayers to your better half. Yeah, thank you so much. I don't really want to get like personal. Like she's okay, but yeah, she has been sick for a week now, and her energy levels are shot. So to be able to go to the game and do all that right now, it's a big ask. And then like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable leaving for like the full day because I wanted to go to the game with her. That would have been like a real big part of the fun. So we'll see. If we have to push it back to a later game, that's probably just what we'll have to end up doing. Cam New. Cole, what do you think of the Chiefs-Panthers game? I don't know. That's a game where the Chiefs should win by 21, and it'll probably be a 3-point game down to the wire. I'm on the Broncos right now. That's kind of where my mind's at. SoCal J, what's up, man? First time chatter live. Huge Chiefs fan since Joe Montana came on board in 93, but you're a longtime listener and watcher. Well, hey, thanks so much for hopping in, saying what's up. There's a lot of people that lurk. I call them lurkers, but that's not a bad term. Just they support, they're watching the videos. Maybe they're even hitting the like button, but they enjoy the content. They don't comment a lot, which is totally fine. But I'm always grateful to hear somebody that's been here for a while that decides to hop in and say hello. So it means a lot. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm fan since Montana came on board in 93. I was 2 years old, but my dad was definitely watching the games and yelling at the TV screen. Shannon said, I like Chanel. Leo Chanel? Yeah, he's been great. One of the highest graded, I think, Chiefs linebackers out there. I think he needs some more snaps. That would be nice. But yeah, he's been great. Great future with him. And I'm excited for him. Sean Payton is an offensive genius. Do you think Spags will be ready? Well, the offensive genius is not doing very great on offense right now. He's got a rookie QB, but yeah, I think that's the best coach that the Broncos could have got last year, or was it 2 off seasons ago, maybe now, because time just flies. But yeah, I mean, I like Sean Payton with the Saints, and I like Drew Brees. So I remember saying, like, in the offseason, 2 off seasons ago, I said, hey, if the Broncos are going to go get somebody, like Sean Payton makes sense and it would be a good get. And, you know, that's exactly what they did. They went and got him. So I like the get. I still think they're finding their identity as an offense, but they'll have their own sets of problems. I think Spags will probably win the battle. He's pretty good against rookie QBs. That's one of the best defensive coordinators in the game, right? And he's going to aim to confuse Bo Nix. The frustrating thing about Bo Nix is he's a pretty good scrambler. He's good at evading sacks. He's good at evading pressure. Like, I don't have the pressure. What is that? The pressure to sack percentage up in front of me, but I think he's top 5, one of the best at evading sacks. So pretty frustrating guy, can extend the play. And yeah, he'll present his own kind of headaches. What you want to be able to do is get a turnover or two against the Broncos offense. And their defense is so good, you need those extra possessions probably to be able to get some points up on the board. Brand with the 5 said, Meg made a good point. Broncos are number 2 in sacks, and Mahomes is on an ankle watch. What is your worry level on ankle versus the Broncos? Yeah, actually, I mentioned it earlier. I said that's going to be probably the biggest thing to watch because the Broncos are top 3 in pressures. They're, top 3 in sacks, and Mahomes is on a bit of a banged up ankle. It's not as bad as it was in the playoffs against that happened in the Jags game 2 seasons ago. But that's probably, and that's kind of where I went into like the left tackle concerns, right? That's going to be the matchup, is the left tackle spot, and Mahomes is potentially not going to be as mobile. So hopefully they have a game plan, quicker releases. You've got to have the run game intact, obviously, as well. So yeah, I don't know that I'm extremely concerned at this point in time, but I am more concerned than I would be on an average week with a fully mobile Patrick Mahomes, that's for sure. Darrell with the 2 said, sending Danny healing energy. Thank you so much for the 2 bomb, Darrell. Xander with the 20 bomb. Let's go, man. Appreciate you. Cole, you didn't think the Chiefs-Panthers game would be similar to the Chiefs-Bears game last year where we blew them out? Because I think that'll be our one blowout game. No, that's the game that the Chiefs should put up 40 plus and the Panthers probably score like 17. I was sort of trolling around. I was going to say that's probably our trap game, but the Panthers are so bad. Like I don't even know how that turns into the trap game. I really don't. So hopefully they just take care of business. And it's like the Bears game. They put up a 40 burger on them, right? And it was clear cut, probably the only game last year where it was like, wow, we won by a lot. That should be the Panthers game. Yeah, that should definitely be it. Thanks so much for the 20 bomb, man. You got the Chiefs winning this week, 27-17. How about those Chiefs? All right, now let's go. 10-point win over the Broncos. I would take that all day. Aminahue put out a video yesterday. He cried due to relief. He bleeped out the comeback date, but I think before Thanksgiving. Oh, he had a comeback date? So maybe it's his return window about to open up then. What's up, Stacy? Thanks for the kind words. Hey, we've played some good teams. We just played the Ravens last week. Oh, wait, said James. Yeah, James is a resident Broncos fan. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing about the Broncos to me. They haven't really beat a good team. I don't want to call them frauds, but they need to do a little bit more to prove themselves, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Like here's the Broncos. You ready for this? Let me back up one. Maybe one more? No, this is fine. I want their full names. Okay, this is what I want. All right, so the Broncos lost to the Seahawks by 6, the Steelers by 6. They beat the Bucks by 20. But then here we go. You ready? They beat the Jets by 1. They beat the Raiders. The Chargers then won. So they lost to the Chargers. They beat the Saints. But this is what I'm saying. Like, look at these the Jets, the Raiders. Chargers are a pretty tough team, but they lost. They then beat the Saints. Wow, good job. And then they beat the Panthers, and they got absolutely torched by the Ravens, 41-10. And the Chiefs beat the Ravens. Is it going to be a close game against the Broncos? I mean, probably. Should the Chiefs sleep on them? No. But I'm like, dude, who have they beat? Like, who on this list, in your opinion, okay, who on this list have they beat that you're like, wow, that was a truly impressive win? I mean, if you want to say, oh, look, they beat the Bucks by a lot and the Chiefs went into overtime with them, like, okay, fair enough. That's fine. I'm not seeing anything else on here. Who else? I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Panthers is a tough one. Yeah, dude. That's a good team right there. James with the 5. Can we make a wager where if KC loses, you have to wear a Broncos gear at your next live stream? Oh, frick, man. Yeah, I mean, I got a Russell Wilson jersey. I could put one on. I definitely could for like the first 10 minutes or something. First 15 minutes, I would do it. It's a divisional game that doesn't matter. Yeah, I said that earlier. Like, divisional games get weird, and you could have a team has 0 wins this year. Like, let's say the Raiders never won a game all season. They play the Chiefs. It could still be a 1-score game because it's a divisional game. They play each other the hardest. They prepare for each other the most because if you win your division, you get into the playoffs. Just eat a Subway sandwich and say Broncos country. Let's ride. Oh, man. It's always going to be a weird divisional game. Yeah. And the Chiefs did, like, Mahomes is like, 12-1 against the Broncos in his career, something like that. But he did lose last year. He had the flu, and they've had other close games. Let me see if I think KCSN just shared something. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes' career record against divisional opponents, 12-1 against the Broncos, 11-2 versus the Raiders, and 9-2 against the Chargers. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Brenda with the 26 months. What does Cole get if we win? Yeah, James. What's the opposite end of that wager? if the Chiefs happen to lose and I had to wear a Broncos jersey, what are you doing? What are you going to do? Yeah, everybody's saying what's the flip side? Fair enough. Hey, you want to know something funny? You guys remember Bangalorian on Twitter? You know who that guy is? He's the guy that always wagers me or bets me something on the Chiefs-Bengals games, and they've lost the last two. He did a Taylor Swift song last time, right, and had to like dance to it, and he did it again. He got DCMA striked and suspended from Twitter for like 48 hours. I thought that was so. I mean, it sucks, but I was like, "Hey, bro, did you ever do your bet? Because the Bengals lost. I didn't ever see a Taylor Swift video." He said, "I did. I got DCMA'd and banned for 2 days on Twitter." I thought that was so funny, dude. I was like, "No, that's insane." James said, "You name it, I'll do it." Oh man, I should do something. We should wager something with Perna. I forget. I mean, I don't forget that he's a Broncos fan, but just like the season gets ahead and like we're already here on Wednesday and I haven't even reached out to Perna about doing something. Life of a Troll. That's so funny that he got DCMA'd like that. I was like, oh my gosh. You should invite him on. Wait, who? Oh, you're talking about Perna? You're going to that game? Should be a good one, man. Get a D-Hop tattoo. Yeah, James, if the Chiefs win, you got to get a D-Hop tattoo. That's fair. Cole, you need to have a plan with Perna and do a play-by-play. Maybe for one of these Broncos games. I've always just done it solo. I've never called a game with somebody else and then like syncing your screens and the game time and all that. Like, I don't know how they do it. Make him do a Taylor Swift cosplay. If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, who are we going to play? Well, I mean, probably the Lions. The Eagles are in it. Like, I don't know that they're going to make it back, but they're looking really good right now. The Eagles, they started out a little bit more rocky. But who else? I mean, the 49ers, you can't rule them out. CMC is potentially coming back this week, so that's cool. Oh, sometimes Tom and Perna are very out of sync in their streams. Okay, though, that makes more sense. Sirianni's going to mess it up. I mean, I believe you.
There's nobody calling. Okay.
The heck, dude? Did you guys hear that? My phone was talking to me. Hey, I'm going to do something. I'll mute myself so you can't hear it, but I'm going to ask Siri a question. Oh, I just said it. Sorry. Hopefully it didn't make anybody's phones flare up.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Kansas City Chiefs are an American football team in history based in Kansas City, Missouri. Would you like to hear more?
Yes, tell me how good they are.
The Chiefs compete in the National Football League as a member of the American Football Conference West Division. The team started playing in 1959 as the Dallas Texans by businessman Lamar Hunt and was a charter member of the American Football League. In 1963...
All right, you can't give me the whole bio. I wanted to know how good they were, but fine. D-Hop sounded like he wanted to cry. I love it. Yeah, talking about D-Hop's post-game interview. They were just asking what it was like, and he said it's basically like a dream come true. He manifested being able to play with Patrick Mahomes, he and his mom. And, yeah, he wants a ring, dude. He wants a ring really bad. She's not an NFL fan? Okay, I guess not. Daniel Akers with the five bomb, a.k.a. one gifted. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Loser has to get a jersey of the person's choice and wear it on stream. Who? Me or Perna? Cole, do you think we re-signed D-Hop, Hollywood, both, or neither? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody else asked me that. Maybe it was you in the premiere earlier. I have no idea who the Chiefs are going to retain after this year. I think that's a worry / a problem for another day. Now, obviously, the Chiefs are going to be grading and looking at all that stuff, right? Because after this year, you don't have a lot of receivers that are returning. You've got Rice and Worthy. that I see returning for sure this next year, and Rice is going to start out suspended. So you need some wide receiver help, and here's why I'm saying that. You've got McCole Hardman on a 1 year. You've got Justin Watson on the last year of his 2-year deal. Maybe you retain him. I don't know. Hollywood was on a 1 year. Juju was on a 1 year. D-Hop's on a 1 year. Sky Moore's probably not returning. So, yeah, you don't have much in the wide receiver room outside of this season. It's pretty crazy. They could re-sign Hollywood on a cheap injury deal. Yeah, I mean, that sounds great to me. You know, a bunch of incentives built in with like, hey, if you play this many snaps, blah, 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 then you get this much, then you get this much. Yeah, like I like that. Don't know what they're going to do. Cole, did you talk about the Moss Brady pick that D-Hop posted? No, not in the stream, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, D-Hop posted on Twitter about a photo of Randy Moss and Tom Brady, basically kind of drawing the comparison to him coming over to the Chiefs later in his career, playing with the best quarterback in the game in Patrick Mahomes, and was drawing a comparison there. It was pretty cool. Yo, what up, Destiny? You still in Florida? Will we keep D-Hop next year? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about any of the 1 years. It's really hard to know. I mean, a lot of times the Chiefs are trying to retain people, especially if they stay healthy. Like they did that. I don't know why I'm still on this. They did that multiple times with like Jerick McKinnon. They've done that with, a bunch of different people. So like 1 year vetman type deals. Your guess is going to be as good as mine right now at this point in time. These players got to stay healthy. They got to keep performing. And then we'll see how far the Chiefs make it. I mean, hopefully they get the three-peat, and we'll worry about it a different day. Yeah, still in Florida. So glad you're here for the week. Yeah, you celebrate a dub, and everybody's like, oh, cool, Chiefs fan in Florida. Woo! Yeah, let's just get through this year first. Exactly, Matt. Exactly. People, I'm just focused on the next game, and people talking about postseason signings. Yeah, I can't even... Like, I just can't think that far ahead. Like, there's just so much that could potentially happen. And, your guess is as good as mine right now. If you three-peat, you will cry. Maybe I'll cry with you. That's insane. Do you know the backstory with D-Hop's mom? So I do know that DeAndre Hopkins' mom, I think, was, like, targeted. It might have been randomly targeted. Oh, no, it wasn't randomly targeted. She was targeted in some sort of an attack. Like an acid attack or some concoction of a couple different things, and they hit her with it, and she lost her eyesight. I can't remember all the details. I think she was like in a coma, or she ended up in the hospital and ended up losing her eyesight. And so DeAndre Hopkins and his mom are really close. I think she goes to every single game with him, and if he scores a touchdown, he tries to go bring her the game ball because she can't see. And it's actually a pretty crazy story if you can look it up. And like I'm gonna butcher all the details if I try to go like super in depth, but that's kind of the gist of it. It's a really crazy story. Yeah, and it's like their bond is one of the greatest things I've probably ever seen. Any news on Mahomes' ankle? I mean, just he was a full participant today at practice, and he's going to push it. He's going to see how far he can push it this week and get treatment on it all week. You think we're going to look past the Broncos towards the Bills game? I mean, I hope not, Brandon, because I think... I mean, the Bills game is very important, but if you beat the Broncos, I think you almost can lock up the West. I mean, you would go 3-0 in the division. You obviously then have to play all three of the teams again, but like the division game is the most important. You want to win your division more than anything else, so I don't think you're going to look past them. Obviously, it's going to be in the rear, or it's going to be in the forefront of their mind because, you got to play the Bills, who are, I think they're the 2 seed right now. So, I mean, that's an important game too. Brand with the 5. Let's take a moment to recognize how awesome Veach and his team have been the last few years. We could be in the Saints cap hell with a lesser GM. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, you could have a lot of situations that would be way less than ideal. Like, obviously, the Chiefs are probably one of the healthiest organizations from the top down. Ownership to the management, GM, the coaching staff. Like, the coaching staff is full of like a bunch of vets. Spags, like the fact that he's still here. Andy Reid is the offensive guy, but you're not having a lot of coaching turnover year in and year out either. Like, I feel like the Chiefs pretty much retained every single coach, or almost every single coach from last year. And a lot of these other teams are having a bunch of turnover. So you look at these teams who they make like a deep playoff run, they lose an OC and a DC that move on to become head coaches elsewhere. That's tough losses, but the Chiefs haven't. And I know that's not all Brett Veach by any means, but it's just a really healthy, stable environment, and it does help contribute to the success of the team year in and year out. Obviously, having Patrick Mahomes helps with that too. Andy Reid was 1-4 with the Chiefs in the playoffs before Mahomes, and since then they've gone like 13-2, 13-3, something like that. His 3 losses was 2018 AFC Championship game, Super Bowl 55, and then the 2021 AFC Championship game against the Bengals. Who you think wins on Thursday Night Football? Dez. That's a great question. Dude, I kind of want to stream that game. I'm probably just going to watch it and chill. But that's the Bengals and the Ravens play tomorrow. It's kind of weird because, like, I don't know who I want to win that game. Like, on one hand, I'm like, okay, I want the Ravens to lose so then they can have 4 losses on their record. And it's only going to help further with the seeding for the Kansas City Chiefs, like, down the road. But then part of me is like, well, if the Bengals win, they're still in the playoff hunt. But if they lose, they're basically, it's almost impossible, at least to win their division for sure. So part of me is like, I think I'd rather the Ravens win. But it would probably help the Chiefs better if the Bengals win. I don't know. You guys got to let me know. Section said, I'd rather not have to see the Bengals again. True. Oh, we already have a poll right here. Janae said, why? Why to what? Deshaun said, that's true as well. Like I said, we got our rookies that can eat rice and Worthy, and haven't seen Hollywood play a legit run since 2021 when he was with Lamar. Oh, I'm in mid-conversation there. Yeah, Rice is done for the year, sadly. But Hollywood has an outside chance to come back for the playoffs, which is fun. So the poll question for you guys is, who do you think wins Thursday Night Football tomorrow? Now, I think we should say, who do you want to win Thursday Night Football tomorrow? Because I think we all think the Ravens probably should win this game, but it is a divisional matchup. It's like a weird one. Yeah, I don't know. Who do you want to win is actually the question. You're torn. You can't pick who you want to win. You don't want to see the Bengals. Cole, would you go live for that game? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to stream nearly as much as I used to, just because we run 2 channels now. I just have a lot more on my plate. And I like to see my family at night. But Thursday Night Football, like, I'm watching that game anyway. We'll see. I don't know that I'm going to stream it, but if that would be one to stream. I'll stream more non-Chiefs games later in the year, right around the playoffs. You guys want a tie? I mean, a tie would be the most ideal, probably. Oh, talking about next year. Oh, okay. Man, you guys, I don't know how you guys could think that far ahead. I think it's just, I'm so stuck in the grind of this season, just like every single week, like just getting through it. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what the Chiefs do about the roster next year. I'm just focused on the Broncos on Sunday. You're rooting for the Meteor? The Meteor for tomorrow's game? What does that mean? There's a Meteor? A meat eater? Whoa, pause. A Meteor? What's that? Yeah, one game at a time. What up, Evan? You do not want Joe Burrow in the playoffs, but it's 50-50 for me too. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, the Ravens have been close games too, but the Bengals, Joe Burrow, I trust him more in the playoffs than Lamar. Like, everyone's like, yeah, Lamar's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I mean, okay, but dude, I don't know that I would trust him more than some others in the playoffs, especially. You want the Ravens to win? All right, fair enough. Who is better, Broncos or Chargers? Probably the Chargers. They've played once this year, and the Chargers beat them. Mahomes struggles against the Bengals defense. Yeah, for whatever reason, Lou Anarumo really seems to have, that's the Bengals DC, he really seems to have Mahomes' number. I mean, I don't know why. I think Mahomes is like in his head about it too. I don't know if it's the AFC Championship loss or what, but he's like in his head about it. Obviously, the Chiefs won the last AFC Championship matchup by 3. Chris said Lamar's no, he's not. Lamar's fine as a person. I don't mind Lamar as a person. I actually think he's funny. I think he's funny online, clapping back. Like I like Lamar. I just don't know that I trust him more than some of these other quarterbacks in the playoffs. Like just looking at their stats. I mean, there are some that can do well under pressure, and then some that don't. And I believe Lamar is in that category of some that don't. Put Lamar under pressure. Yeah. Charles just said it. Put Lamar under pressure and he'll fold like a deck chair on the Titanic. Whoa. That got morbid. Destiny with the 5. Bo Nix has surprisingly been good at finding ways to win. Yeah, I mean, the Broncos are 5-4. I don't know if we saw that happening at the beginning of the year. But yeah, Bo Nix is only playing better. He's a dual threat guy, and he's starting to figure it out. But hopefully he does not figure out Spags and his defense, and they just keep throwing the book at him and confusing the hell out of the guy week in and week out. Mike said, I want the big mouth Bengals to lose. I mean, it's always glorious when the Bengals lose. It's kind of like a win-win situation for me or for the Chiefs. Pay Smith or Bolton? I don't know, man. I don't know. You need as good of an O-line as humanly possible for Mahomes. If you don't pay Smith, you've got to figure something out. I feel like you either pay Smith and let Tooney walk and then figure it out with the other side. Like, I just don't really know. I don't know that you pay Bolton. I mean, I'm sure the Chiefs probably do it. I'm just glad I'm not the freaking GM, dude, because those are some impossible decisions that I am not prepared to make. You've got Trey Smith, you've got Nick Bolton. They did lock up Harrison Butker and Creed Humphrey, which is great. You've got a couple years left on Jawan Taylor. You've got the left side you're still trying to process through. You don't have any receivers really other than Worthy and Rice next year. Though, I mean, Pacheco will be on his contract year next year as well. And yeah, there's a lot to look through. I mean, I don't envy Brett Veach. Do not. It's tough. Dang, only focused on this season. I think Chiefs were extra with that too. What are you talking about? They were extra with what, Mike? You already have a 3-game lead plus a tiebreaker on the Ravens. I'd love to see the Bengals season go ahead and end. All right, fair enough, Dez. 3-game lead plus a tiebreaker. We'll root for the Ravens to officially put the Bengals out of their misery. A lot of moving pieces for 2025, but let's get through 2024 first. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thinking of like off-season stuff and roster moves, I'm like, oh, not right now. I don't want to think about the off-season. Yeah, Veach is a football genius, 100%. With focusing on three-peat and we are losing some guys eventually, yeah. It happens, and it's the tough part of maintaining a talented roster year in and year out. You got to deal with that, right? When you going to play wide receiver? What's up, Animanti? Never. Never. You wish we could have signed a cornerback? Yeah, Desi, I mean, Brett Veach and company inquired about Marshawn Lattimore, but you're not going to give up a 3rd, a 4th, and a 6th in exchange. No, what was it? Yeah, 3rd, 4th, and a 6th. And then you got Lattimore and a 5th. There was no way Brett Veach was doing that. That is crazy. Want to know who has ice in his veins under pressure now? Goff. Yeah, I mean, Goff's playing good ball. I mean, dude, he's a good quarterback, don't get me wrong. But that guy has freaking weapons galore. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jamison, Williams. Like, dude, so many playmakers. It is unreal. That's not to discredit Goff because I think he's great. I think Stafford's better personally. But the Lions are humming. They look great. They needed pass rush help, and they got Zadarius Smith. They made the right move with Aiden Hutchinson out for the season. Yeah, Lions are going to be hard to beat. They've only lost one game. I don't even remember who their loss was. Who was their loss to? Does anybody know off the top of your head? Destiny with the 2 said, the longer we're undefeated, the more nervous I get. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that the Chiefs remain undefeated all season. I had them losing like 3 or 4 games, but they keep winning. They lost against the Bucs. Okay. See? Told you the Chiefs are better. They beat the Bucs. What do you know? What do you know? Yo, Destiny with the let's freaking go upgrade. Yo! Destiny in the Zoom call next month. Let's go. Let's go, Destiny. Come on now. Cole, I will take an O-line over anything. Don't want Super Bowl 55 to happen ever again. No, I agree with you. And that's why I just think if you can maintain a great O-line for Mahomes, he can will you to a lot of he can make a lot of things happen. Yo, what's up, America? America First said, looking forward to the Chiefs getting these injured players back soon. Kelsey and D-Hop looking scary. Hunt has been a workhorse. Facts, 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 facts. America. Lions lost to the Bucs. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, here the reality is the Chiefs could have lost a couple of these games that they've won. It's just a play here or a play there. The Chiefs play really well under pressure. They're super well coached. Mahomes has literal ice in his veins in the fourth quarter. Third downs. I mean, they've been excellent. Specifically, like the past 3 games. They are 11 for 13 in the red zone. They are converting a third down. They're turning it into a first 67% of the time, and they're averaging like 28.6 points per game over the last month. Are you freaking kidding me? And then you got the defense playing as good as they are? That's scary. Like, I don't care about the stupid ESPN, clickbait, jockey, whatever they're supposed to be. The Chiefs are the number 1 team in the NFL, dude. Like, I just do not care. People are like, well, they're not really winning these games by a lot. Well, they freaking lost everybody, dude, first of all. And that's why they're so scary. They keep losing key pieces and just adapting and winning anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. They just freaking find ways to win. Meanwhile, all these other teams that are better, they're good. They're really good teams, but like they have all had at least one game. That's the Lions, one game. But the Ravens have lost like 3. The Bills have lost 2 or 3. A lot of these teams have lost multiple games because they can't overcome adversity. Like, the Chiefs have always been able to do that. And I'm not saying they go undefeated, but I'm just like, how can you say the Chiefs aren't the best team in the NFL? Back-to-back Super Bowl defending champs, literally undefeated, and they're beating everybody. Are they blowing them out? No. But that also, like, they're also not playing their best ball right now and still winning these games. And they're doing it without a piss ton of key pieces. Say your favorite team? Chiefs. Yeah, Destiny, you're the MVP. You feel like we're getting everyone's best because the Chiefs are on top? Yeah, I mean, when you're the defending champs, you're always going to get everybody's best. But I mean, doesn't every team want to win every week? Shouldn't you always get your opponent's best? Like, in theory, yes. I understand maybe it's a level intensified, like it's a couple notches intensified when you're playing the Chiefs. I get it. That is our scheme. We don't win games by a lot. It's our MO. We have such a well-rounded, smart, and driven team. Yeah, I'd prefer just to win like by like 10 to 14 every game. That would be better. Long story short, I'm from New York, and DT Rip. Oh, okay. Derek Thomas, rest in peace. Played like LT when 16 switched to 19. Ever since, I'm gaming and screaming. How about those Chiefs? LT? Who's LT? I should probably know. LaDainian Tomlinson? Who's LT? But yeah, Derek Thomas. Yeah. Heck yeah. How about those Chiefs, Edward? When are Minihue and Pacheco supposed to be back? Like end of the month, but their 21-day window to return could open up in the next week or two. Oh, Lawrence Taylor. LaDainian Tomlinson. I just gave away my age. That's hilarious, dude. I'm like, LT. I just gave away my youthful age. Everybody in chat's like, Lawrence Taylor, you idiot. God. Yeah, that is hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm like, LT? Yeah, Lawrence Taylor, man, one of the best to ever play the game. 1981 to 93. See, I was 2 when he hung it up. 13-year NFL career. Yeah, one of the best to ever do it. He said, you need to watch LT footage. I'm so sick. I mean, I've seen some footage, but I probably need to watch more. LOL, youngster. I said LaDainian Tomlinson. Oh, that's great, dude. I was like, LaDainian Tomlinson? Why him? That don't make no sense. Are the Broncos good this year? Or is it just because they played bad teams? Yes and yes. I mean, they haven't beaten a team with a winning record yet. They've lost all the teams that have winning records. So, I mean, I think they're decent, and they're probably going to give the Chiefs a hard-fought game. But I am not extremely concerned. You know, divisional Cole is clearly a bandwagon Chargers fan. Oh my gosh, dude! I'm like LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, because LaDainian Tomlinson, like, he was fun. But that was me. Like, that's 01 to 2011. That's when I like around like 2000 is when I really start remembering football. I was 9 at the time, and that's when I really started watching football. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? You think the Broncos are legit? How afraid are you of the Broncos? Maybe we can make a poll on that brand or somebody. Like, how concerned are you about this Broncos game? Like, are you very concerned because of Mahomes' ankle and their pass rush? Like, let me know your thoughts on that. I'd love to know. Can't afford Justin Jefferson? No, but dude, could you imagine somebody like Justin Jefferson with Patrick Mahomes? I mean, he had Tyreek, but Tyreek ain't JJ. I mean, good God. That's a whole nother level. We ain't scared of these bums, said Janae. Ooh, we ain't scared of these bums. Divisional game and a look-ahead spot to Buffalo is a tricky game. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't think the reason why they lose this game is because they're looking ahead to Buffalo. Like, if they were to lose, I think they're focused on their divisional opponents. It's not like the Broncos are horrible. You can't sleepwalk and get through this one. It'll be a close game, but they haven't played a team as good in total as KC. The Ravens' defense is awful, and they scored 10. Yeah, they had a turnover and some turnover on downs, some kind of fluky stuff, but yeah, they got absolutely curb stomped by the Ravens. Yeah, PS2 is elite, best cornerback probably in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes gave him his flowers today during his presser. You got to watch out for PS2, and I don't know if do they put PS2 on D-Hop at all times, and then, I don't know, maybe one of their safeties or something on Kelsey. Like, that's probably a good game plan. I don't know the Broncos' defensive scheme well enough to say that for certain, but yeah, I think you combine that with their pass rush, like, man, could be a little dicey at times. What's your favorite Chiefs loss ever? Your favorite Chiefs loss ever was the final 14th loss of that god-awful 2012 season, leading us to get Andy Reid. I mean, I think one of the first favorite Chiefs losses ever was Rams-Chiefs in whatever that was, 2019, the 51-54 game or whatever the score was. That game was insane. Like, yeah, you wanted the Chiefs to win that game, but how could, like, that was an insane one. There you go. Xander said it. Oh, yeah, it was 2018. Chiefs-Rams, 2018. That was a crazy game. Another one of my favorite losses, if we want to talk about favorite losses, I don't love this loss, but the 2018 AFC Championship loss to the Patriots. 2018. Didn't that end up getting the Chiefs spags? Like, if you're just looking at like losses that really helped turn things into W's, I would say that loss getting us Steve Spagnuolo was probably worth it. But yeah, I'm still pissed off at D Ford. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, and that was a great game, the AFC Championship against Brady. It was a great game. Chiefs should have won it, dude. Insane. Will CEH play against Denver? I don't know, Chad. Your guess is as good as mine, man. He's been a healthy scratch 3 games in a row. I'm not really sure what they're doing with him. Yeah, the Chiefs lost in overtime, yeah. They were saying, the question was, Animancy, what was your favorite Chiefs losses? I'm like, well, I don't have any like Chiefs losses that I like. But the 2018 Chiefs and Rams game and then the 2018 overtime game, I'm just trying to think like before that. I mean, I never had a Chiefs loss and I'm like, oh, that was freaking great. I remember the heartbreaks. I was at the Marcus Mariota game, the playoff game where Marcus Mariota threw his own touchdown pass. Like, I didn't enjoy that loss. An early season loss. There you go. 2018 Monday Night Football game. Yeah, that was insane. Only team to score 50-plus points and lose the game. That is a crazy stat, dude. That is insane. Charvarius Ward almost became a hero for that Patriots game. Yeah, was he the one that picked Brady off? I think that was him. But yeah, D Ford negated it. Yeah, sucks. It's funny how people want to change overtime rules now. Yeah, they're still kind of complaining about it, like when the Chiefs win overtime. Like, they didn't fully change it. They only fully changed it for the playoffs. Did you guys know Josh Allen is 0-6 in overtime? That's a crazy stat, dude. What? That's wild. Brand with the 2 said Chiefs put a ton of prep into divisional games preseason. Oh, yeah. Training camp. Yeah, there's a big emphasis on divisional opponents because if you win the division, you get into the playoffs. Flip with the 5. An early loss will help us give us a taste of defeat and will only make us stronger later in the season. I wouldn't mind losing now rather than later. God, here's the thing. Like, if I want a loss, I want it against like an NFC team or like a game that doesn't matter. I don't really want a loss. I don't want a loss against the Broncos. Like, let's just look at the schedule. If the Chiefs had to lose a game, like, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I'd rather lose to the Panthers. Are the Panthers NFC? Now I'm like second guessing myself. Yeah, where are they at? Yeah, they're NFC. Okay, I was like tripping. Like, the Chiefs should not lose this game. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying if you want to lose a game to get the loss and the sting of, and like you want to get humbled, lose to these guys. Not only do they suck, but they're NFC. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Like, get the humble pie out of the way. I just don't, like, that's not a good team to lose to. Like, that might do more damage to your morale than good. Like, yeah, if you lose to the Bills or the Texans or just somebody in like a barn burner down to the wire game, like, that'll put you through some adversity that'll build character, right? They should not lose to the Panthers. Animancy said, aren't you going to the Broncos game? That's been the plan for a while. My wife, Danny, has had an illness. She's been not feeling well for about a week, and I was supposed to go with her to the Broncos game. So I'm playing that one by ear at this point in time, but the goal is to go. We tasted defeat for decades. Let's go undefeated. I mean, I'll take that all day. Undefeated and win the Super Bowl, and you get the three-peat. Dude, everybody would be so pissed. So pissed. I would love it so much. The whining, crying, moaning, complaining, loser mentality stuff all offseason long. If the Chiefs went undefeated and won 3 Super Bowls in a row. Oh, it would make me so happy. I would be so happy, man. Panthers is the kind of game we would lose, just like the Colts a couple years ago. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to lose a game, you lose that one. They shouldn't lose that one, though. Jeez. Honestly, I would hate to lose to the Bills. I'm so tired of hearing that Josh Allen's better than 15. I'm just unfazed by losing to the Bills in the regular season. It happens more times than not. And then Patrick Mahomes is 3-0 against Josh Allen in the playoffs. So I'm like, I'm almost unfazed by that. Now, would I like them to beat the Bills? Yeah, for sure. Cole, maybe bad news for your sponsor, Underdog, with the passage of sports betting last night? I think it only helps. I think Underdog helps even more. I'll be able to do more with the Underdog app. There was limitations to pick'ems and some other stuff that I couldn't do in Missouri, and now I'll be able to do even more. So I don't think that's bad news. I think it's only good news. Yeah, I think it's only good news. I hate saying that we'd lose any. I have so much faith in Patrick and the team. We got a bunch of dogs. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to win week in and week out. Lose to the Bills and beat them in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect exchange. I'm down. We want Bengals and one more Bills loss. I mean, maybe the Bengals lose on Thursday, right? And then the Chiefs beat the Broncos. They beat the Bills. How many rushing yards does Kareem Hunt have since he came back? Well, he's on pace to have like 1,300 yards by season's end. That's not going to happen. There's no way. I could look it up, though. I'll share the screen with you. Here's what he's got for the season. 414 yards in 5 games. He's only averaging 3.9 a carry or 3.7 a carry, but he's got 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 1 a game, which is crazy. Somebody said pause. I don't even remember what I said. Sorry. Big pause. Cool. I would have won my 5-legged parlay if Baker would have thrown just 1 dang pick. I've hit 4 of 5 on my pick'ems quite a bit. I've won a couple, but dude, I've hit 4 or 5 so many times. It's not even funny. Did I vote yesterday? Yeah, I did. Yeah, dude, I barely made it. I put out last night's video. So it was the Chiefs and whoever we just played, the recap video, the Bucks. And the polling location closed at 7. We walked in there, me and Danny, my wife, at like 6:50 something. We made it, though. Much love to y'all, fam. This old crone is calling it a night. Good night, Witchy. I imagine we did a 20-0 run for the three-peat with the worst Patrick Mahomes season. We'll take that. They just said it today in the pressers. Like, they don't care about stats. They care about wins. They care about wins. What's up, Achilles? I mean, if I told y'all who I voted for, you wouldn't be surprised based on my stance on this channel. I voted third party. I didn't vote red or blue. And that's all I really need to say. Destiny with the 2-bomb. X Factor shirt ordered. Let's go! Let's go! You voted for Mahomes? Dude, I almost wrote in the Cowboys suck. You voted for a Hawk Tua? No, you did not, bro. No, you did not. I voted yes for sports betting in that past. I was like, come on. Can we still pick up a corner? Yeah, but it's got to be like now it's just got to be somebody you claim off of waivers, somebody that a team lets go or a free agent. Yeah. Underdog, baby. Yeah, man. I mean, regardless of who you voted for, it's like I'm not going to talk too much on this, but it's a time where either for most people, like I voted third party, right? So I understand that wasn't going to win, but like based on my convictions, I voted third party. But there's a lot of people who voted for a candidate that lost and are upset and kind of going through all that. But then there's a lot of people who voted for the candidate who won and they're all happy. It's like a weird time, and it's just like, I don't even want to get into it. But I just I feel for people that, like, if your candidate lost, like, I kind of feel for you. There's people that voted for their candidate won. Like, I'm happy that you're happy. I don't know. You're in Indiana right now, but love the Chiefs. Oh, let's go. Yeah, just, like, vote. Just exercise your right and vote, man. And that's what a lot of people did. It looked like there was a big turnout. And, yeah. I mean, we live in a country where you're free to vote for who you want to based on your convictions, and I think that's probably the best thing about America in the world, man. Do you and Perna have a bet this week? Where's the Chiefs belt? I have the Chiefs belt. It's here. But he don't have the belt. We don't have a bet either. We should probably do some sort of a bet. I should reach out. I'll reach out to Perna tonight. Maybe I'll see if he wants to do like a little live stream or something if he's got time tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, you guys have heard me speak on all kinds of stuff. Butker's speech. I mean, I spoke on a bunch of stuff, and I feel like you pretty much know I lean like pretty libertarian in my views. So that shouldn't be a surprise. Perna has to wear all Chiefs gear during a whole podcast for a week? I'll reach out and see if he wants to do something or have a little wager or a little bet. Chiefs should bring in cornerback Andrew Booth. So, yeah, he just got released. Did he clear waivers? No. Cowboys waive former Vikings cornerback Andrew Booth. He's a former second rounder. I don't think he was claimed. Or did he trade him? I thought he released him. I thought he got released. Pretty sure he did. Yeah, Cowboys' first roster move after Jonathan Mingo trade is releasing him. Why did he get released? I mean, that's a good question. He has to make a video. Yeah, it's okay, Riz King. I mean, I figured some politic questions would come up, and you can't. Here's the thing. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like the election didn't happen last night. That would be dumb. But yeah, it's not the focus of this channel. We all know that. We're here to talk football, and this is kind of like our escape from all that. But I mean, how can you completely avoid it? The main thing I really talked about was just like the sports betting thing, because I feel like that pertains more to the channel than anything else. But even like just talking about that on Twitter, I had comments that like, keep politics off my feed. I'm like, Raj, just talk about sports betting, passing. Like, that's it, dude. I mean, come on, man. You live in Denver, you can pull up on Perno whenever. Pull up on him? What do you mean, bro? Chat said, Cole, you're awesome, bro. Thank you for everything. Oh, yeah, heck yeah, man. I appreciate you. No, I appreciate you guys. And, you know, when I created this channel, it was kind of like an escape for me. Meaning, like, I'm busy. I was doing a bunch of videography, but I loved football. I loved the Chiefs. And I was like, man, I just want like an outlet, kind of like a getaway. So that's kind of the goal with this channel, even as it continues to grow. Like, I would just like it to be a getaway for you guys where you don't have to come in here. And I want the most divisive topic that we talk about on this channel is maybe debating who the best defensive tackle is, or the best quarterback, or the best team in the NFL is. And normally it's us just defending the Chiefs, right? But yeah, that's how I built this channel. And that's pretty much how it stays. I mean, I'll call stuff like it is. Like, I talk about stuff. I talked about the Jason Kelsey incident over the weekend. I talked about that in today's video. Like, I mean, you mess around and find out, dude. And, you know, I'm not going to hide from stuff on the channel and pretend like stuff doesn't happen in the world. But, dude, it's a football channel around Chiefs news. I don't feel the need to interject my opinion about a bunch of random stuff. We're just here to talk Chiefs as they chase the three-peat. Cole giving life advice while we talking Chiefs. I try not to. Cole, we need to make Perna a 10-minute video on how the Chiefs are so great. I mean, that if you're talking about if the Chiefs win, he's got to make a video praising them. Nefarious in the house. Let's go, dude. No big red treats every week is the same. He doesn't worry about being undefeated or being terrible. Yeah, I mean, all you can do, boys, is just focus 1 week at a time, and that's all you can really do. Chris, thanks again for the 2. Destiny is going crazy. She upgraded her membership. She got the X Factor shirt ordered. Brand with the 5. Either Perna has to only say good things about the Chiefs, or Cole has to do a new worst games on the Chiefs. Dude, could you imagine me doing a Perna style recap on the Chiefs game if they lose? I don't think they lose, but that would be crazy. The new worst Chiefs game ever. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Been busy. Day late to the stream. It's all good, Nefarious. So good to see you in here, man. Nefarious, one of the OGs. And he's got the Redbeard badge. Yo, Cole, like Kendrick said, sometimes you just gotta pop out and No, you're crazy, bro. You're gonna need a punt god sticker. Ooh, a punt god sticker brand would be interesting for the stream, like an emoji or whatever. Hannah with the 5. Watched a Packers fan hate watching KC win. He ranted why anyone would trade D-Hop to us, even if he's washed up. It was hilarious. I think I need to see that video because I haven't seen it. Bills will be tough, but they're dealing with injuries. Yeah, Keon Coleman's out for a few weeks. Amari Cooper. Dude, Keon Coleman's out for a few weeks with a wrist injury, and Amari Cooper's dealing with a wrist injury. That's crazy. Both of them. I think Amari Cooper might play this week, though. I got a Bills friend who doesn't think we win games based on bad reffing, and it's so refreshing. Yeah, I mean, anybody with like half of a brain cell, like, if you just actually watch Chiefs games, I mean, you just see that they're just a good team, and that's okay to admit. People are just so sick of the Chiefs winning, dude. Dude, just think about this. This isn't the case, but like, put yourself, let's just say the Chiefs they're not in the position that they are right now. So the Chiefs, like they used to be for a long time. But let's just say the Bills. Let's just say we watched the Bills win back-to-back Super Bowls, and they're undefeated this year. How sick? I mean, I'm already sick of the Bills half the time, how much they get talked about and all this stuff. But, like, they're a good team. Respect to them, blah, blah, blah. But imagine if that was the Bills. Back-to-back Super Bowl champs. Josh Allen is undefeated. And the certified, bona fide, like, GOAT of this day and age. Like, you would be so sick of them. You would find every reason to discredit them and whine, piss, moan, and complain. I mean, we all would. I get it. Perna's hella funny. Yeah, I'll never be able to get close to Perna's humor. I'm just like dry humor, and like it's almost too serious sometimes. People are like, was that even a joke? So I interject some stuff in there, but like I'll never be as funny as Perna. Destiny with a 5. Dude, Destiny's going ham. As Kendrick Lamar said, certified boogeyman. I'm the one that upped the score with him. Dude, K-Dot. He's one of the goats. Emily said, nah, you're really funny. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that means our humor aligns. I felt the same way about the Patriots. Yeah, I think like I was like, I could almost relate to how Patriots fans feel like now, but then I'm like, but my team also didn't cheat. So I don't know how Patriots fans felt during all that time. Like the Deflategate. Like yeah, they say like, oh, the Chiefs get bailed out by the refs. But I'm like, dude, come on, man. You're talking about some wild stuff. Tuck rule, Deflategate, Spygate. Like, bro, it's nothing like that for the Chiefs. Yeah, Perna is great, man. Longtime Chiefs fan, been subscribed for over a year, said B. Hayes. Dude, thanks, man. Question you've probably been asked 1,000 times. How do you deal with people saying the refs are letting the Chiefs win? I live in New England, by the way. Oh, man. I bet that's fun. I mean, to an extent anymore, B. Hayes, I just kind of let them talk. And then I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, keep crying, dude. Like, what? At the end of the day, winners find a way to win. And then, like, losers, when they lose, instead of just taking accountability for themselves and like looking themselves in the mirror and being like, what could I have done better? They just blame officiating. I watched MMA for a long time. I still watch UFC from time to time. I mean, how often when a fighter gets knocked out, like he's knocked out, he needs some milk, he's out. How often does he jump up and blame the refs? I mean, come on, dude. He goes back, he looks at himself in the mirror and said, dude, I just got my ass kicked. Like, I got to do better next time. The Chiefs are knocking out these teams, bro. And fans, instead of like seeing their team get knocked out and be like, dang, dude, they just got an L. They just make up like any excuse to make them feel better because like nobody wants to take accountability. Nobody wants to like just legitimately say like, wow, they were just the better team. No, they don't want to do that. So I think at the end of the day, you'll never be able to convince somebody that it's not rigged for the Chiefs. Like if that's their mindset and that's how they skew it, who said it? Nick Wright said, people are such losers about the Chiefs. They treat every game like a Zapruder film. Like they just scrutinize it frame by frame and play by play. Like if Jawan Taylor in last game left a quarter of a second later and there was no like controversy of, oh, he potentially jumped off sides, right? If that play didn't happen, dude, I promise you they would have found another play and then another play that the refs missed earlier in the game. Oh, the Chiefs get the calls. Like, dude, it's one thing after another, man. If it wasn't Jawan Taylor last week, it was going to be something else. If it's not, the Chiefs are bailed out by a late flag, which the Chiefs weren't. It's they were bailed out because there wasn't a late flag thrown. You can't call it in that situation if it's on the Chiefs unless it's against the Chiefs. Then you have to call it in that situation. Don't even get me started. Yeah, I'm going to go on a soapbox and rant for 10 more minutes. I mean, it's just old. Like, there's nothing else you can do. There's really nothing else you could do. Where are we at? Melissa, thanks so much. Or Maisa, maybe. Thanks for the 2. I thought I said Melissa. Thank you for the 2. Nefarious with the 20. We got D-Hop. They said, why would you do this? He's washed. Sunday happened, and you got Pat out there crying that the trade shouldn't have been allowed. I say go to that dark place with your buddy Rogers and his ayahuasca tent. You got Pat out there? You got Pat fans maybe crying? Is that what you mean? You're not talking about Pat Mahomes. Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on. Or Pat McAfee? Maybe you're saying Pat McAfee. Sorry, I read Pat and I think Pat Mahomes. I like Pat McAfee. I don't mind it. But heck yeah, dude. I mean, bro, D-Hop's fantastic. That connection he's already built with Mahomes is unreal. Thanks so much for the 20. Cole, you hit an eight-legged pick'em on Underdog Fantasy. You bet 5 and won 215. Let's go, dude. 8-legged, dude. That's insane. Can you send it to me? I'm curious what you did, just out of curiosity. Yeah, if you win, let me know. DM it to me somewhere. Nefarious with another 20 bomb. Okay, Pat McAfee. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. He said that on the show. 8-0. Suck it. Banging the football on your head was pure comedy. LOL, my neighbor is a huge Steelers fan. He said, I hope we're the one to knock you guys out undefeated. I said, good luck with that. Dude, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw my reaction to the Chiefs win. I did like the freaking Arrowhead Tomahawk chant, dude, while headbutting a ball. It was insane. I lost my mind. Nefarious, thanks for the back-to-back 20 bomb. Maisa with the 2. Love the pod. I'll be at Chiefs versus Bills. Let's go. Thanks so much for the back-to-back 2 bombs. Destiny with the 2. Go stupid. Go crazy. Okay, you're probably quoting like Kendrick Lamar, and I'm just butchering it right now. But let's go. Let's go, Destiny. Hannah with the 5. Coward asked Brady today, how's Casey winning without an identity? Brady set him straight. He said Casey's identity is that they're winners. They win games. Ooh, I got to go hear that. Is Underdog also a sports book? I don't know if they officially are a sports book. No, Kevin. Honestly, I never had to even think about it because I lived in Missouri. All that's changed now. I don't think they technically. Let me look it up. Designed exclusively for Underdog. Okay, so Underdog does have a sports book. Underdog Sportsbook, but I don't know what states it's available in. I don't think it's every state yet. UnderdogSportsbook.com. Yeah. They've got UnderdogSportsbook.com. Now that it's like sports betting is illegal in In Missouri, I'll have to look more into this. Yeah, I'll have to look more into it. Chiefs won because of grassy knoll. Cole, can you recommend a pleasantly fragrant car fragrance? My car smells like a mix of wet dog and pity farts. Dude, I don't drive, man. I mean, I can drive, but like I just work here. So I can't recommend it. You need to get like get some beard oil or something. You see D-Hop do the Remember the Titans TD dance? Yeah, so like people were thinking he was like dissing the Titans, but he went to Twitter and said I was actually paying respect to the Titans, saying I won't forget what the Titans did for me to help me get to KC, basically. Which I thought that was really cool. Broncos pressure is normally internal or edge. Anyone know? Off the top of my head, no. But I'm about to watch through more of their games this week and some film. Well, I mean, I could tell you. I could go look up premium stats real quick and tell you who's leading the team in pressures. I would assume it's off the edge. Here, look at this. Let me look at pressures. Well, Zach Allen, interior, leads the team with 44 pressures. But then you've got Jonathan Cooper, Nick Bonito. They're both on the edge, and they're next, 32 and 25. Then John Franklin Myers, he's an interior guy. Yeah. There was a pretty quick answer. Whoa, dude, I look like Spags at the podium. That's insane. What? What? B. Hayes with a 2. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You got me on a rant. You got me ranting about the people crying about the refs. Broncos pressures. Okay, I answered that, I think. Hey, did our new 55 do this? How did he do in your opinion? Talking about Joshua Uche. He only played like 9 snaps. So not really enough. It was two things. Not really enough for a good enough sample size. And then like Baker Mayfield was getting the ball out like in a second. It was insane. Do you wear KC clothing every day? Yes. I just have like a bunch of Chiefs style shirts in my closet and that's all I wear. Cole, notice Florio's been hating less on us this season. I wonder why. Is it because they're paying their players? Like, I don't know why. Maybe because they're undefeated? That's a great question. Or a great thought. I don't know. I need to find the Brady clip now. I need to find the Brady clip about the Chiefs being a winner. Yo, Shadow just sent me his parlay. Look at this. Actually, hold on. It'd probably be easier to do this. Yeah. I'll pull it up. Open. Oh. Dude, I don't understand when you download a photo from Twitter or X, it puts the file name as like JPEG, like underscore large. But you have to go into your computer and like delete the underscore large in order to convert it to a JPEG. And I don't understand why that is. So this man hit 8, put 5 down and won 200. Let me see. So he had CeeDee Lamb higher than 7.5 receptions. Derrick Henry with a touchdown. Alvin Kamara over 70 and higher than 70.5 rushing yards. Jaden Daniels higher than basically 2 touchdowns. Touchdown and a half. Hunter Henry higher than 3.5 receptions. You like the receptions one. Me too. We got Hunter Henry. Lamar Jackson higher than 216 passing yards. Josh Allen higher than 1.5 TDs. Bijan Robinson higher than 71.5 rushing yards. This man won 71x on his money. He put $5 down and won 200 and something. That's insane. An 8-legger, man. Hats off to you, bro. That's fire. Doug with the 5. Insane. Chiefs can cause the rain too. That's crazy how we win games. Yeah, I was talking about it in the live stream. I was like, can you believe the Chiefs paid the weather to rain during the Bucks drive? Oh my gosh. Nefarious with another 20 bomb. Dude, Thank you, man. Did you see the video I posted in Discord today discussing their cheating? Was actually a really solid video. I didn't expect. Started off with a breakdown, ended with do better, stop complaining. No, but I'll definitely watch it. It's in what? It's in the Chiefs, the HBTC Discord in general chat. No, I have to check it out, Nefarious. Was it like a YouTube video? Kansas City Chiefs just got accused of cheating after new evidence. All right, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, I'll take a look at it here soon. Hey, Cole, I sent that 8-leg pick'em to you. Yeah, Chris, we just looked at it. Dude, thanks so much for another 2-bomb. And we just looked at all 8 of them. That's crazy, man. Congrats on that. That's a big deal. Yeah, I won a 6 or a 7. I think I had a 7-leg parlay. I won it, but it was because one got injured and it was a rescue. So I won like $6. I was like, what? Like, bro, I just hit 6. I hit 6 out of 7, and one was rescued because he got injured in the first half. Twinkle Toes keeps getting unsubscribed to this channel. That's not good. That's rigged. Like the Chiefs rigging games, dude. We got to get that fixed. Cole, who leads the Chiefs in sacks? I mean, off the top of my head, I think it's Chris Jones. Not by much. Like, it's like a lot of people have like 3 or 4 sacks, 2 sacks. Is Xavier Worthy him? Too early. The problem with Worthy, like, you look at his stats and you're like, oh, it's not that good. But like, if you go and watch the games, like, he's had like three passes that should have went for like 30 or 40 yards and a touchdown, or could have went for 30 or 40 yards and a touchdown. They didn't happen. And if that happened, you're talking about him having 150, 200 more yards than he does and like 3 more touchdowns, and he already has 4 or 5 on the year. So I don't think is it Carl? It might be Karlaftis now after this week. Yeah. You be the head guy that rigs the games. Fair enough. I'll make it happen. I mean, if you want a literal answer, ESPN Chiefs sacks. We could just find the answer real quick. I think it's Karlaftis, like they were saying. Yeah, Karlaftis with 4. So George has 4, Chris Jones has 3, Wharton 2.5, Mike Pennell 2, FAU a sack and a half, Tranquil a sack and a half. So that's it. And the Chiefs don't have a lot of sacks this year. They have a lot of pressures. They blitz like top 5, top 7 in the NFL. Y'all was saying the same thing last year around this time about Rice. Yeah, I mean, Rice started picking up in the back half of the year. I think pressure might be a little bit higher on Worthy for people just because he's a first-round pick that the Chiefs traded up to get. Rice was a second-round pick. But, dude, he was certified wide receiver 1 this year until he got hurt, which really sucks, right? But yeah, I think Worthy is still learning. He's still growing. He was thrust into a little bit bigger of a role than they probably anticipated with all the wide receiver room injuries, and I don't know that he's ready for all that yet. And it's just little stuff. He's got to work on his spatial awareness. You got to haul the ball in. It's just like little stuff here or there. I kind of hope they scheme him a little bit. Like, think of McCole Hardman getting schemed in like a couple games where he's catching like 3 to 4 quick passes and getting some yards up the field. Like, maybe you could scheme the guy up in some plays, build his confidence back up a little bit, and then just take a couple more deep shots a game. I mean, Mahomes has been taking a deep shot here or there, and he's been close, but you just keep shooting. You miss every shot you don't take, right? I'm winning next member stream giveaway. Much love, HBTC. Marcus, thanks so much for the 2-bomb, bro. I appreciate all y'all hanging out. Do you think D-Hop comes back next year? Yeah, I don't know, Chad. I mean, maybe, if the Chiefs could find the money. Well, the Chiefs need wide receiver help next year for sure, but we'll see what they do there. I see Chiefs stripping the ball for a touchdown right after kickoff from a touchdown. Oh, you're talking about in the Broncos game? Fantastic. I will take that all day. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I'm going to get out of here and just kind of rest, hang out with my dog, go hang out with Casey. And get ready for a big day tomorrow. And then we'll start working on this preview video. Chiefs, Broncos, Week 10, where the Chiefs go undefeated. They remain undefeated, rather. You've got a lot of people picking the Chiefs to win. I think they can pull it off. Can't sleepwalk past them and look towards the Bills. You got to get this W taken care of. But thanks for all the dono bombs, the memberships, the gifteds, the mods holding it down, everybody in chat asking questions. Appreciate you as always, man. It's always a joy to come in here and do this. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about the Chiefs?
Casey, thanks for the 5. Going to see Denver game this Sunday. Can you name a few barbecue places? Bro, this stream was like over, and I was about to hit it, and I saw your 5. And then I'm getting off. Name a few barbecue places. Go to Joe's. Like, that's the best place to me. Casey Joe's. Some people like Q39. I mean, there's Jack Stack. Just look up KC Barbecue, but like definitely go to Joe's and then kind of branch out from there.